Hi everyone, and welcome back to the virtual classroom where we look, listen and learn together. I was looking at a mammal that lives in Australia, and this mammal is a wombat. You might have heard of a wombat before, and they've lived in Australia for a very long time, and they're actually a marsupial. I don't know if you've heard of that word before, but they have a pouch on their tummies, and their little baby wombats live inside the pouch for up to 5 months, and that's where they're kept safe and warm and protected. Now, wombats are nocturnal animals, and that means they come out at night time, and they come out of something called a burrow. Now, the burrow is their home, and I thought maybe we could draw a burrow underground. Now, to go underground means it's below the surface. So I'm going to draw the surface here. Maybe this is the earth. And I'm going to draw the burrow that goes underground. And sometimes those wombat burrows can be 200 meters in length. That's a very, very long burrow. It goes like this. Maybe there's a hole. I might make the hole here. Just like that. And this burrow goes down here. And then you've got to draw another line to show where it is. And maybe this is where they make their home, this little space in here. And the burrow keeps going underground. Now, sometimes up to 12 wombats can live in a burrow. That's a lot of wombats, 12 wombats. Can you imagine living underground in this earthy burrow with 12 other wombats snuggling in? And they dig and dig and dig to make this burrow. I'm going to draw the wombat, and this wombat has sort of a cube-like shape for its face. It's got quite a, see how it's sort of quite square, has little tiny ears, but it has something big here. What's that? That's the nose of the wombat. Little eyes. And so they come out at night time. That's called being nocturnal. And at night time, the wombat likes to forage, and to forage means to eat. So it likes to eat grasses. So it might forage on some grasses. And you can see I might draw some grass here. And the winter time is the best time for the wombats. And that is because there's been large rainfall and the grasses are thick and delicious. And the wombat knows when to have its babies, because if it's a drought and if there isn't any rain, that means that there won't be as much grass to eat. And so the wombat knows that maybe it won't be the best time to bring a baby into the world. And so it decides when it's a good time to have their babies. You can see there that I've drawn my, there we go. And a group of wombats is sometimes called a wisdom of wombats, or a mob of wombats, or even a colony. And they have a pouch that's backwards so that when they're digging, their soil doesn't get into the pouch, doesn't get all over the baby. So I'm going to colour this beautiful wombat in a brown colour, because wombats are a beautiful brown colour. You might like to do some painting of wombats as well. And there we go, furry animal. I've got to keep adding water to the brush so that it doesn't run out of its colour. Spread it all out there. And they also like to eat some roots, and they eat the grasses, bark and herbs, different things. And then you might like to even draw or colour in the soil that's underground as well. This takes a little bit of time because you've got to spread out that paint. You see how I'm trying to spread it all out, all that earth that's underground. There we go. Some wombats are social, which means they like to be around other wombats. And some wombats aren't very social, and they might only like to live with maybe their babies while they're bringing up their babies. So that's why some wombats live with 12 other wombats, which is very interesting. And they have special tummies that break down all of that grass, those roots and everything. So that looks like, here's the burrow underground, under the soil, and here's the wombat. Maybe this wombat has just come out of its burrow down there. You could even draw another hole, maybe another tunnel that goes up here. Maybe it connects to that one, and maybe this one. I might even draw a tiny little wombat in here. See how there's a little wombat inside the burrow. Maybe it's sleeping, it hasn't quite woken up yet. Wombats also like to come out sometimes. Even though they're nocturnal, they do like to wake up if it's a sunny day and they're feeling like they want to get some sunshine. They might come up out of their burrow and into the sunshine and lay in the sunlight. Maybe even have a little bit of a snack while they're out there if they're feeling a bit hungry. So you might like to draw or paint your wombat burrows, and you can draw the wombats that are inside. I've drawn some of my wombats, 2 wombats here. Maybe they live together in the same burrow. Why don't you give it a go and you can create your own wombat landscape. Maybe think about some of those interesting things that we learned about the wombat. Can't wait to see some of your paintings of wombats and their burrows where they live underground. We'll see you next time. Bye.